Rapper and entrepreneur Jay-Z, whose real name we know is Sean Carter, has just been accused in a lawsuit on Sunday of assaulting a young girl in the year of 2000, allegedly alongside Sean Diddy Combs. Now, this anonymous accuser said the assault happened when she was driven to an MTV Video Music Awards after party. This is a federal lawsuit which was originally filed in October in the Southern District of New York. And it was filed by none other than the Texas-based attorney Tony Busby. But when Jay-Z got wind of it, you know he had to take to social media and spill his spill about how idiotic that the statement was. So he called the allegations idiotic in a lengthy statement on Sunday evening, alleging that Tony Busby was engaged in unprofessional behavior. He said that these allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such crimes against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree? He also went on to say in his statement to NBC News that these alleged victims would deserve real justice if that were the case. A spokesman for the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York declined to comment on whether the office would pursue this case against Jay-Z. And we all know that Tony Busby has filed several lawsuits in the recent months, and one definitely accusing P. Diddy Combs of assault, in which he has named other high-profile defendants. In a statement, legal representatives for Combs called the suit shameless publicity stunts designed to extract payments from celebrities who fear having lies spread about them, just as lies have been spread about his client, Mr. P. Diddy Combs. And we also know back in September that federal prosecutors charged P. Diddy Combs with racketeering, trafficking, and other offenses, and he is behind bars at the Brooklyn Metropolitan Detention Center after he was denied bail for the third time last month. His trial is scheduled for May the 5th. Before the lawsuit was refiled on Sunday, Jay-Z received a letter from the plaintiff's counsel, Tony Busby, who wrote in the suit in response to the letter, which NBC News said that they have seen. Jay-Z filed his own lawsuit against the accuser's attorney, Tony Busby, and wrote this in the suit. He said, "You have made a terrible error in judgment, thinking that all celebrities are the same." He went on to say in his statement on Sunday, "I'm not from your world. I'm a young man who made it out of the projects of Brooklyn. We don't play these types of games. We have very strict codes and honors. We protect children." The lawsuit claims that in 2000, when Jane Doe was just 13 years old, that P. Diddy and Jay-Z assaulted her at a house party after the MTV Video Music Awards in New York. The lawsuit says a friend dropped her off at the VMAs at Radio City Music Hall. She did not have a ticket, and she approached various limousine drivers to try to gain access to the show or an after party. She said the one driver that is mentioned in the lawsuit told her that he worked for P. Diddy and that she fit what Diddy was looking for. He invited her to a party after the show and told her to return to his car. Later in the evening, after he transported Jay-Z and P. Diddy to the suite. She says that later the driver picked her up and took her to the suite. She said she was offered a drink that made her feel woozy, lightheaded, and felt like she needed to lie down. So she went into a room to rest. Shortly afterwards, she says that Diddy and Jay-Z entered the room with Diddy saying, "Are you ready to party?" and so on and so on. And that's when the assault allegedly took place. Now this accuser is seeking unspecified damages. The lawsuit is filed under the New York's Victim of Gender Motivated Violence Protection Act. And I did a little research on the Gender Motivated Violence Protection Act in New York City. And this is an act that allows victims to come out for a certain period of time. I think it has something like a 2 or 3 year window. I think it came out in 2022, but it ends on February the 28th of 2025. And I'm saying this to give context to all that's being said and all the legal actions that are being pursued. So if we look at that window, it makes us get an idea like, okay, you have to hurry up and jump on it. It's almost like if they got the stimmies. You got to jump on the stimmy, man. The stimmies, they end February the 28th, 2025. So everybody's going to jump on the stimmy, right? We want to get that check. Same case scenario, but different situation. You have to jump on it before the window closes. And that has context to, is this a thing that could be going on? Are they trying to jump on this thing before the window closes? So we're going to try to hit at all celebrities who were at any parties, whether they did something or not. We wouldn't know because we wasn't there. I definitely wasn't at the party, and neither were you, right? But we always have to think about that too. Does this thing have money grab to it? Yeah, it got to have money grab to it. That's why Jay-Z took to Instagram and he said what he had to say on his Rock Nation Instagram account. He said, my lawyer received a blackmail attempt, called a demand letter from a lawyer named Tony Busby. What he had calculated was the nature of these allegations and the public scrutiny would make me want to settle. No, sir, he replied. He said, it had the opposite effect. It made me want to expose you for the fraud you are in a very public fashion. So no, I will not give you one red penny. He said, these allegations are so heinous that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you agree? This lawyer, who I have done a bit of research on, seems to have a pattern of these type of theatricals. I have no idea how you come to be such a deplorable human, Mr. Busby, but I promise you, I have seen your kind many times over. I'm more than prepared to deal with your type. It is unfair to have to try to understand inexplicable degrees of malice meant to destroy families and human spirit. Only your network of conspiracy theorists will believe the idiotic claims you have levied against me. I look forward to showing you just how different I am. So I understand it from Jay-Z's point of view, especially when you dig into Busby's whole existence of making money. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the top lawyers in the world, and he does get busy. You know, he took down the BP oil company. He was the one on the Deshaun Watson case. He was the one defending the 100 and some odd people on the Travis Scott case, which was a travesty, and I understand that. We know he's definitely the one dealing with the 50 accusers against Diddy, and now he's coming for Jay. But like Jay said, hey, this is going to be a fight to the finish, my brother, and you're supposed to fight for your rights. You're supposed to fight for your rights. You can't just let nobody push you over and try to hit you for a bag because you know that people are going to be talking about it. You know, we're in the social media world. And all you have to do is have a big enough name to put it out in the air, and it's going to get some traction. And now you're going to have different minds and different people. Like he said, you're going to have your conspiracy theorists that's going to say, I believe it. Then you're going to have your logical thinkers, like why, that say, hey, we got to think logically. We got to think about this gender act in New York. It ends on February the 28th, 2025. Is this a way to, hey, I can hurry up and get a quick payout? Because if I can get a quick payout, we're only 2.5 months, February 28th, 2025, now it all goes water under the bridge. So we can go on and make him fish out some of this bread. Jane Doe gets paid, Busby gets paid, everybody goes on with their happy life. But we just hit him for a bag. So it makes sense. We have to watch that, people. And with that, I'm going to say, hey, this is the new Zenu, north, east, west, south, unite from every alley and Cali, intersection and back street. Subscribe to the channel and hit the thumbs up on your way out the door.
Star Child. I never
seen the sunshine like this.
I never
seen the moon glow like
Hey yo, I never